Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Permanent Housing and Supportive Services Request for Proposal information session. Before we dive into the ins and outs of this particular funding opportunity, I want to offer a moment of grounding us in KCRHA's theory of change and equitable decision-making process. As just a reminder to applicants who are interested in partnering with us in sort of our shared, hopefully shared mission. Our theory of change at KCRHA is that if we create a homelessness response system that centers the voices of people who have lived experience of homelessness, then we will be able to focus on responding to needs and eliminating inequities to end homelessness for all. To that end, our procurement process and equitable decision-making framework is along the similar lines. Therefore, we are committed to equity-based procurement that A, deconstructs processes that perpetuate oppression, and B, creates accountability to and positions people with people experiencing homelessness as decision makers and key stakeholders within this system. The way we actualize that is we typically any funding opportunity we release before releasing goes through a pretty robust community engagement process in which we get feedback from various different community groups, currently contractors, uncontracted contractors, people with lived experience, other funders, and anyone else who might have some insights and wisdom to share to help shape our funding opportunities. We also invite folks with lived experience as well as other subject matter experts and funders to participate in our rating panels and put forth final funding recommendations, which result in awards. All right, so moving on particularly to talk about this RFP, Permanent Housing and Support Services. There are two program areas. One is property management and building maintenance services, and or housing support and behavioral health services. So applicants could apply for each program area individually or together, depending on your kind of organization's expertise and interest in this RFP. The goal of this RFP is to promote system transformation by rapidly transitioning individuals who reside on rights of way, including near freeways, underpasses, and other transit thoroughways, into permanent housing across King County. Collaborate with KCRHA property acquisition team to coordinate on-site services for up to 400 rental units, both scatter site and project-based across King County. Provide ongoing property management and building maintenance services, and provide on-site and or mobile housing support and behavioral health services to residents living in scattered or project-based permanent housing locations across King County. There is one fund source that is funding these activities or this particular RFP. That is the Washington Department of Commerce, Washington State Department Transportation, grant that was administered to the county and passed through to King County Regional Homelessness Authority. In 2023, there is a total of up to $12,649,583 available through this RFP, with an ongoing amount slightly under due to the removal of kind of ramp up startup costs, up to $12,385,420. We are asking that folks propose, we are asking that folks include budgets that are of this year's amount, which is that $12,649,583 is what you base your budgets off of when submitting your proposals. So let's talk more about eligibility as far as applicants. We are looking for and invite experienced nonprofit or for-profit property management companies to apply for that property management and building maintenance specific program category. We are asking that applicants for that program area be able to demonstrate experience working with residents experiencing behavioral health challenges, including chemical dependency. You'll be able to highlight your past experiences around that in the application portion of the RFP. Agencies are required to meet minimum eligibility requirements, which you can find at kcrh.org under resources and under funding opportunities. There will be a data collection requirement and data collection, evaluation, and performance requirement for successful proposers. All funded homelessness and housing support service providers agencies will participate in data collection through the King County Homelessness Management Information System, otherwise known as HMIS, to evaluate and improve the quality of their programming. Property management providers will be expected to provide regular reporting, but will not utilize the HMIS system. KCRHA will collaboratively establish and evaluate performance metrics with program awardees, which will be included in each project service agreement or PSA or contract. For individuals or entities who are interested in applying for the support services and behavioral health services, we are seeking nonprofit entities to apply for those, not for profit. All right, let's shift and talk about eligibility in terms of, continuing on applicant eligibility. We also are expecting that successful proposers are able to speak to how they plan to ensure COVID-19 safety and in the ways in which you follow the current guidelines. For nonprofit applicants only, we will also request an active DUNS number, an active SAM registration, which shows your organization is in good standing. Now to our client, customer, consumer eligibility. The individuals are specifically served who are experiencing unsheltered homelessness in right-of-way areas, which are primarily going to be single adults. However, we recognize that sometimes families with children may also be living in such areas, and we'll also expect that through this RFP, families with children will be served if appropriate units are located, such as multi-unit bedrooms. So when we talk about program scope as related to property management and maintenance, some of the program scope here is pretty clerical as far as calculating tenant rent, program rents based off established affordable housing income restrictions, which KCRHA will establish for the successful awardees. Pay all rental payments on time. There will be situations where there will be individual private landlords who will be expecting payment from KCRHA on behalf of their tenants. They will need to be paid on time, as well as any other nonprofit organization or other entity that may be sort of serving as landlord for residents residing in their buildings. They will also need to be ensured that they can receive rental payments on time. Maintain strong fiscal oversight of all rental payments and rental assistance budgets. Ability to be on site to assist with general property management and cleaning of common spaces. This is totally to be determined based off of sort of the final makeup of the various housing units, which will be master leased by KCRHA. Strong understanding of trauma-informed care and person-centered approaches to property management service delivery of services. So again, we are working towards ending homelessness and greatly reducing and ending homelessness. So we want partners who have the same vision and aren't going to be quick to evict or remove tenants when unnecessary. The ability to be on site and assist with general property maintenance and cleaning and common spaces. That might be repetitive, apologies. In terms of housing support and behavioral health services, sort of scope of work or program scope, we are seeking applicants who can provide on-site or mobile housing support-focused case management, as well as licensed behavioral health services to single adults, couples, and possibly families living with children in permanent housing referred through this ROW program. ROW is the Rights of Way, that's the acronym for Rights of Way, and through our regional coordinated entry system. Partnerships between behavioral health providers and case management providers are highly encouraged. So we are seeking applicants that can provide both services, not one or the other, in this particular program area. Case management should be provided using a progressive engagement model for medium acuity needs of residents. Continuing on scope of work for for supportive housing support and behavioral health services, case managers may work from project-based sites or scattered sites, which may require travel. So please include that when you're thinking about your proposed budgets. Work with property management and maintenance to mitigate tenancy issues. Again, the end goal here is to try to ensure residents maintain permanent housing and avoid returns to homelessness when possible. We are seeking applicants who are trained in implementing support services grounded in trauma-informed care and person-centered approaches to tenancy support and housing stability services. We're also looking for organizations who have the ability to track outcomes and resident satisfaction data through active participation in HMS. Only one ineligible cost for this RFP, which is capital improvements. If a capital improvement is needed to maintain safety and viability of a particular housing location, prior approval may be considered, but prior approval will be needed. Our RFP timeline, thank you in advance for your urgency around applying for this opportunity. We recognize that it is pretty expedited. The reasoning for that is because we have many unsheltered individuals who reside in and around rights of way who are in need of housing, and we want to try to ensure that we can get this program up and running and folks housed as soon as possible. The funding opportunity was released February 16th. Info session was held today, February 23rd. The last day to submit questions through by emailing rfp@kcrha.org is this coming Monday, February 27th, by end of day, so by 5 p.m. The application deadline is by Thursday, March 9th, by 11:59 p.m. via our Flux system. Flux is the grants management system that KCRH uses and will require pre-registration if you don't currently contract or have not previously applied for funds through KCRHA. So encourage you to check that out and log into Flux as soon as possible to start your registration. We will notify both denials and awards on the same day, which is Friday, March 31st, in preparation for contract negotiations and contract start date of April 1st. So in talking about the RFP application, again, the due date is Thursday, March 9th by 11:59 Pacific Standard Time. Again, register at KCRHA Grants Management Portal called Flux. The application for this RFP is composed of a narrative section as well as supplemental documents that we ask are attached. The narrative proposal is broken down into various sections, which are worth 100 points total. Just some tips and tricks to hopefully help with the success of your submittal. We encourage folks to write their narrative sections in a Word document and save before copying and pasting and submitting into Flux. We have had some technical difficulties with Flux not saving some of applicants' submissions, so it's a good way just to back that up and avoid any technical errors that may be a result of technology issues. Please be mindful of using plain language, just simple language, and spell out any acronyms. As mentioned before, our rating panels are composed of a variety of different folks with different expertise and wisdom that they bring to the table. We want to ensure that your application is able to be successfully sort of interpreted and understood. So please, kind of write your application knowing that is sort of our audience. Not all folks are familiar with all of the acronyms that exist in our field, which could probably be its own language at some point. So please be mindful. Also be clear and concise about what you are proposing to do. Again, there's oftentimes many applications that are submitted, and it helps our rating panel be able to successfully get through all proposals and be critical in their analysis when proposers are clear and concise. We also have a character limit that is outlined in the RFP application guidelines, so please be mindful of that as well. In terms of uploading supplemental attachments, there are several listed here. Once you log into Flux, it'll automatically prompt you to generate a cover letter. That's going to help us kind of capture the high-level information about your submission. For example, point of contact, always be sure to put an email in case we have any follow-up questions. We can easily kind of make sure to follow up and get information to include in your application. It'll also help us to see exactly what your organization is proposing to apply for. In the budget narrative, it is a PDF. It is an Excel document that's listed on our website. You can find that there. It's a template. We ask that you fill that out, complete that. All tabs. There's two. There's a personnel section and then an overall program budget section. Please fill that out, save it as a PDF, and upload that to Flux, in addition to your budget narrative as well. Please include and submit current fiscal year's financial statements, which include a balance sheet, income statement, and statement of cash flows, which are certified by your agency CFO, finance officer, or board treasurer. By certified, we are asking for a signature from any one of those individuals at your organization. We also would like to see a copy of your most recent audit report, most recent fiscal year-end Form 990, copy of your SAM registration, and verification of your 501c3 status if that applies to you. We didn't have anyone attend the info session today, so we don't have any live questions to address. We do welcome you to continue to email any questions you might have as you continue to dig into the application and hopefully start on your proposals through the end of day on Monday, February 27th. We will be sure to post all questions asked and answers to our website, kcrha.org, under the funding opportunities section and the Q&A portion of that tab. Thank you again. We look forward to receiving your applications and hopefully working with you all in the near future. Thank you and have a good day.